Welcome back to The Fuse. I'm Aaron Gregerson, the Chief Digital Officer here at Market Match, and I'm so excited to be back with you presenting yet another digital topic for The Fuse this week. Before we get started into that topic, though, I do want to make sure I point out that this episode, along with all of the other episodes of The Fuse, as well as our white papers, case studies, and blog posts, are all available at marketmatch.com/knowledge center. So let's go ahead and get started with today's topic. Today, we're going to be talking about how we can get ROI-worthy results in everyday digital campaigns. And you may be asking yourself, what does that exactly mean? Well, I'm happy to share a little bit more about what this topic means exactly, and then walk through how we go about achieving this. So the main premise of this, of course, is that in a digital world, things are changing very rapidly. We are changing our bid strategies on a month-by-month basis. We're changing our campaigns on a month-by-month basis. And the results in the financial industry take a long time to see, and whether or not we have achieved a return on our investment for those digital campaigns. So today's topic is all about trying to marry those two worlds together and find ways that we can go about getting ROI-worthy results that we see in our everyday digital campaigns. So the challenge, of course, here is that, like I said, in a digital world, everything is changing just so fast. And calculating ROI on the fly for digital campaigns is very difficult depending on the campaign that we're looking at. So while it may be very easy to take a look at day-by-day traffic on, let's say, a new account campaign for checking accounts, because we can go in and pull a report to see how many checking accounts were open the day before, compare that to how many clicks we had the day before, et cetera. It's not always that simple, especially when we're taking a look at things like loan campaigns, especially home equity or home loan campaigns. So it can be very difficult to calculate that ROI and make sure that our campaigns are achieving the goal that we have for them. And so with that, we need to find a way that we can overcome these challenges and then see a better outcome at the end of the game. One of the ways that I like to take a look at this particular problem is focusing on the right metrics at the right time. I do things like take a look at the trend line of conversions. So are we seeing more conversions on Friday afternoon or Saturday morning versus sometime other in the week? And where can we make changes in our bid strategy so that we are focusing our energy and our budget right in the right place to achieve those conversions? I'm also taking a look at things like what's our trend for cost per click and cost per acquisition. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the timeline for all of these, but those two metrics are, of course, very, very important as we look at cost control and budget control for our digital campaigns. And then lastly, I'm also taking a look at the overall reach and comparing that with the campaign goal to make sure that we are hitting the right people that we want to be inviting into our website, to our landing pages, in interacting with those campaigns. The outcome of this is that we see more active keyword and audience management, meaning that we're going in there and actively taking a look on a day-by-day or week-by-week basis to hone our keyword searches and hone in the audiences that we are taking a look at. We also are achieving a lot of cost control with these metrics that we're putting in place. And then we're also going to see an increase in targeted conversions. Now, what I mean by that is I am a huge fan of incremental conversions. So I assign conversions to different actions on a client's website. That doesn't always mean that that conversion is the end all be all goal. It's just a way of us measuring how we're interested a party is when they come to the website. So things like time on page. Are they spending more than 2 minutes to read the content that we have on our page? That may be a smaller, less weighted conversion, but it's still a metric to say, okay, should we remarket to this person and try and bring them back to the page? Of course, we want to take a look at targeted conversions for things like achieving our return on investment and results. And what that means is we need to take a look at those heavier weighted conversions. So the apply now buttons, the open the account buttons, that sort of thing. So how do you go about implementing some of these metrics and changes that will help you see the return on investment in everyday digital campaigns? Well, I'm a huge fan of setting up automated tools, both in Google Ads, and you can do this also in Facebook advertising, But by setting up automated rules, things like when your cost per click price hits a certain point, it pauses the campaign for the day or something of that nature, can be very useful in having things done just automatically for you on a day by day, week by week, month by month basis, or just doing it once, versus having to go in and micromanage those campaigns every hour of every day. I'm also a huge fan of producing week over week reporting. So taking a look at the past week and comparing it to the week before that, and noting any changes of significance. So are we seeing a huge increase in our cost per acquisition? Are we seeing a huge decrease in the amount of impressions and clicks that we're getting? And what are we going to do to absolve those rules and get back to the results that we want? And then lastly, I'm also a huge fan of performing week over week keyword management, meaning that we're going in and actively seeing, okay, which keywords are more popular this week versus last week? What trends are we seeing in terms of new keywords that are entering into the bidding or the auction rather with other advertisers? And then managing those to a point where we are putting our weight behind those that are going to see the most conversions for us and really help improve our results in the long run. So thank you again for joining us for this episode of The Fuse. Again, you can find this episode as well as all of our other episodes at marketmatch.com/knowledge center. My name is Aaron. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you again.